Hello everyone, good evening. Once again, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amir Poonawala. I'm a licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand and migration agent for Australia here at G.E.M.S International. Our office is based in Auckland City of New Zealand. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Push the bell icon so you can get regular updates, and smash the like button if you like this video at the end of this session. Right, and also please read our legal disclaimer provided in the comment section of this video before you start watching this video. Thank you. Okay, so what are we going to discuss today? Right, today we will discuss about a type of visa that many a times applicants end up getting this type of visa when they are in the process of applying for another temporary visa and their current visa has expired. And while this is happening, the system, the immigration system in most occasions will generate an interim visa for that particular applicant. Now this is a very simple way of explaining this. We will get into the details of what an interim visa is and how this whole thing works, basically. So starting with the objective of an interim visa, the purpose of the interim visa instructions is to maintain an applicant's lawful status in New Zealand while their further temporary visa application is being considered. So quite straightforward over there. Okay, so when is an interim visa granted? An interim visa may be granted to a person who holds a temporary visa for New Zealand and has applied for a further temporary visa and is in New Zealand. So all these points are very critical. And more importantly, you must remember that an interim visa cannot be applied. This is one of those very unique visas which you don't apply for. This is something that the immigration system will automatically process and grant you, or if your application is being manually processed by an immigration officer, if it was on a paper based application, then the immigration officer may, looking at the situation, grant you an interim visa. Right. And in most instances, interim visas are normally granted through electronic means. That means that it is always granted in an e-visa format. There is no label issued for it. Okay. Okay, now you must also remember that granting an interim visa is a matter of absolute discretion of the immigration officer who is handling your visa application or the Minister of Immigration. And no person is entitled to an interim visa as a matter of right. So please bear that in mind. And whether or not to grant an interim visa to any person, like I said earlier, is a matter of absolute discretion of the Minister of Immigration or the immigration officer. And there is no right of appeal against a decision not to grant an interim visa. So please bear that in mind. Okay, so coming to the next topic is the currency of interim visas. And this is also very, very critical. So listen carefully, that the interim visa will start the day after the current temporary visa expires, unless a few scenarios are there that may apply. We will go through that. Once an interim visa starts, its duration will depend on the outcome of the further temporary visa application. And we will look at various scenarios now in the table below. So let's see what happens to the interim visa once the interim visa has been granted. If the application for a further temporary visa is approved within 6 calendar months of the interim visa's start date, the interim visa will be cancelled on the start date of the further visa or the new visa that has been granted. So this is scenario number 1. Again, if the application for a further temporary visa, let's say, is declined within 6 calendar months of the interim visa's start date, the interim visa will expire 21 calendar days after the date the further temporary visa is declined. Please bear that in mind. Another scenario is where the application for a further temporary visa is withdrawn within 6 calendar months of the interim visa's start date. Then in such instances, the interim visa will expire again 21 calendar days after the date the application for a further temporary visa is withdrawn. Remember that. And in another scenario is if the application for a further temporary visa is still under consideration 6 calendar months after the interim visa's start date. In such scenario, the interim visa will expire 6 calendar months from the interim visa's start date. Very, very important to remember. Okay, another scenario is if the further temporary visa application is declined or withdrawn before the applicant's current temporary visa expires. Remember, the interim visa will expire the day the further temporary visa application is declined or withdrawn. So again, this is a bit tricky scenario. Listen to it once again if you like carefully. Another one is if the further temporary visa application is approved before the applicant's current temporary visa expires. What happens to the interim visa? The interim visa will be cancelled on the start date of the further temporary visa, the new temporary visa. Right, so then we have covered that one. Let's come to the next bunch of conditions. Okay, so you know the conditions and restrictions on interim visas. The conditions are quite exhaustive, so I will not be going through each one of them. But if at all you are wanting to apply for a limited visa, either for visit, study or work, please do get in touch with us and we will be happy to assist you. And right, so yeah, that's all for today on interim visas. I am willing to sign off. It's late evening here now, and before I sign off, I would like to always mention that due to the tricky nature of various visa applications, please do avail professional help from a licensed immigration advisor to lodge your visa applications. And we at G.E.M.S International specialize in assisting you and helping you to lodge various visa applications for New Zealand, Australia and other parts of the world. So please do get in touch with us with your individual requirement and we will be more than happy to help you out. So thank you once again for taking the time to watch our video. I hope you have liked it and found it useful. Please do click the subscribe button, press the bell icon so you can get regular updates. If you have liked this video, do smash the like button, and we will be coming back with another interesting video very soon. Until then, stay safe, take care, goodbye, see you next time.